Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Lady Calamere and I am doing my 131st video. It will be on the Norse goddess Freya. She's also pronounced Freya in some places, but it was pronunciation is Freya, where the R's are rolled. So just remember, if you can, try to roll your R's. Ruffles have ridges. That's how I was taught by my Spanish teacher, to roll my R's. Freya, who is she? What is she? Why would you want to worship her? Freya is the goddess. She's one of the from the Vanir pantheon, the Vanir tribe, the Vanir. So she was made an honorary part of the Asinur tribe. Asinur. She was a seer, honorary, when they did a parley, when they exchanged hostages after the Great War between the Aesir and the Vanir. So to keep the peace, they traded hostages. So Freya came to live in Asgard. Asgard, I should say. Was pronounced Asgarder. That's a little. Freya is the daughter of Njord, twin of Frey. Her brother is Frey, or also Ingve, and she is Freya. Now, in some accounts, is that depending on the story, her mother is different, but some believe it's actually Nerthus, which, and believe that Nerthus and Njord are brother and sister, in which Freya and Frey hold sacred sex. They are lovers. They're not married, but they're lovers. So, in fact, Freya has sex with many gods and, of course, different elves. So we have here card, bold, unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. This comes from Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, PhD. And this is Freya as a chariot. Beautiful artwork. From the Runic Tarot by Jack Sephiroth, Alan Dempster, and Jamie Elford. You can find those on Amazon. Okay, so you'll notice that I have runes out here. Those are the particular runes that definitely represent Freya. Also, I want to, before I go over the runes, and I'm going to be teaching you about her colors and stuff, but I want to draw out a little something for you that is very hard to find. And her name, well, she has many titles. Freya is a complex goddess with many titles. And her original name was lost, deliberately lost by Christians and the Christian monks that penned down the stories and called them myths. So one of the things that, because Freya just means lady, and Frey means Lord. So what you're basically saying is Lord and Lady when you call upon them both. So try this. I mean, maybe some people might get angry at me from bringing this up. But Frey is Ingve. Try her name as Ingrid or Ingrid. And Ingrid is Scandinavian name. And also comes from an Old Norse origin. And it means Ing's beauty. So also Ingrid, again, Norse. So you have Ing, which is the Norse god of fertility and beauty. So try saying in your rituals or prayers, Freya Ingrid. Ingrid, or just Freya Ingrid. If you can't roll your R's, that's fine. You know, it doesn't come easy, especially when you don't speak a language where you do not roll your R's. It takes time to learn. So try that name, Ingrid, I-N-G-R-I-D. Some people like to hold that as themselves a secret. But again, I was not oath bound. And just try it. No, I did not steal someone's secrets, and no, someone didn't trust me with it and say, oh, don't tell anyone with this. Try it. See how it works. Anyways, this lady has many titles, and some people just chalk her up as a goddess of sex, beauty, and love. And yeah, she is that, but she's so much more. She's not Aphrodite. Okay? She's not the Roman Venus. You know, just stop. Also, some people like to say that Freya and Frigg are the same goddesses. That's more of a modern interpretation. She is not Frigg. They are from different pantheons. Frigg is a senior, whereas Freya is Vanir. And they do different things. They have different stories. They have different energies. Freya's husband was Other, O-D-R, but pronounced Other. And people like to say Other was actually Odin, that was her husband. Odin, I should say. Knock it off. Okay, that's more of a modern thing, and that I can find. Some people like to fantasize saying they are the same. And oh, well, Freya taught Odin Seether, which is true. And so they were lovers. That doesn't make Other the same as Other. Odin, sorry, I rolled the R's with Odin. Sorry, Odin, there's no R's in Odin. But she slept with many of the gods, if not all of them. That doesn't make them all the same. So, you believe what you want to believe. I'm just telling you, from my perspective, as I don't see all the Norse goddesses as one goddess, and I don't see all the Norse gods as one gods. That's not how they were originally approached. But some modern people like to say, oh, all gods are one god, and all goddesses are one goddess. If you believe in that, all the power to you, okay? I respect that. But don't force it as canon to other people. It is not. Especially among the Norse. Heathen, what you want to call pagan, Asatru, Vanatru, Roker true, I should say. Anything at the R is rolled. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that out and get that off my chest. So you see these runes. We have Fehu, Laguz, Ingus, Perthu, what would it be? Perthu, Barkana, or Barkana, Hagalaz. Those are the ones that are going to resonate a lot with this goddess. She is the goddess of Sith or Sithr magic. And she taught that to Odin. Odin did not know of this magic until she taught him. And usually Sithr is mostly associated with women. But Odin wanted to learn as much as he can. He put his pride aside and learned a woman's type of witchcraft and magic because he saw the power in it, which would give him an upper hand in war, in battle, and help him to, in the stories that were presented to us by Christians, to stop or to push back Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, in which, of course, Odin dies in it. And the world is pretty much sent to chaos, where pretty much almost everyone dies of humanity, and it has to restart again. Now, in the stories of Loki, Senna, see, when the Christians saw, okay, let me go to this. When the Christians came and converted paganism and started, well, they didn't even call themselves pagans or heathens. That was a name given to the people that weren't Christians, pagans and heathens, as a derogatory name. But it's more of that we reclaimed it and made it our own to give it power. However, that being said, they really hated Freya. Oh, damn, they hated her. She was the most reviled, revolting, despicable, filthy woman. She was just, they hated her. All the more power to Freya, right? They saw her as a whorelot, a trollop, an evil witch, a wanton woman, because she had sexuality. She practiced her sexuality. She was a goddess of strength. She was a goddess of independence. This was a no-no to Christianity. Women are supposed to be domesticated. They were supposed to be obedient. They were supposed to be chaste and only give themselves to their husband and to obey their husband. Basically be a breeding machine and cook the man's dinner and shut the STFU, right? But Freya was what they did not want women to be. So they, even in the stories, they demonize her. If you look in the Loki Senna, they said Loki, when he was insulting all the gods because he was a party crasher, he wasn't invited to their party, and he came to their holes and he was insulting gods in each turn. And when Freya tried to speak, he said, "Silence, Freya. You are a whore. You slept with all the gods here in this hall and more, and you slept with every elf here in this hall." And Freya told him to stop. "You better stop now, because all the gods and goddesses are angry at you, and you're going to go home friendless." And he says, "Silence, Freya. You are a witch, and you casted evil spells, and you were caught sleeping with your husband. I mean, not your husband, your brother. Sorry, your brother, not her husband. Your brother, your twin brother. And the best part is, and then you farted." It's like you had old, it's like, what? I guess that was like an insult back in the day to say a woman farted. Because, you know, we're not supposed to belch or fart either. Apparently, we're not supposed to poo. So, anyways, yeah, so I guess that was a big insult back then. So, that's definitely Christian slant into everything. Joker! Joker! Stop! Why do you do this, baby? Joker? Joker! Boy, I said, boy, get down. Joker. So anyways, yeah. He's opening the curtains so everyone can see through. Anyways, so you gotta understand, the stories were written down by Christians, not by practitioners. And a lot more emphasis were given to the gods than the goddesses, but they really did not like Freya at all. Joker, please do not do this. So Freya, oh dear God, stop. I got a toy. He's gonna break my stone. So anyways, let's get into the stones that you would associate with Freya. In the story, after she won the Brizingame, she earned it. Not won it, she earned it. She lost her husband, Uther. And she cried tears of gold and amber. So gold, her tears were gold when they hit the land, and amber when they hit the sea, the ocean. And so gold and amber are associated, or stones associate with her. In modern times also vanadinite is also associated with her, which actually works very well for her. And I have a big piece of amber there that Joker was trying to knock down. And that's my big piece that I would not appreciate it being smashed. Freya, so she's a goddess of love. So let's get to it. Love, beauty, ancestral contact, and ancestral honor and worship. She is the goddess of ritual sacrifice, all different types of magic, witchcraft, shamanism, divination, fortune telling, psychic powers. She is the goddess of manipulating energy and events. She's a goddess of shamanism, sex magic, sex, passion. She deals with fertility of the land, but also fertility of people, and she deals with fertilities of an animal. She is a warrior. I mean, she's got the name Vanadis, and as Vanadis, she owns half of the Valkyrie. She owns half of them, and when a warrior dies, before Odin gets her pick, she gets her pick first. She gets her pick first. She takes the best of the warriors to her hall. Odin gets, so she gets half of on the battlefield. She's a goddess of death. She's deals with flowers. She really does. She deals with, she does deal with sadness and grief and loss. But she also deals with victory, gain, and power. She deals with the woman's independence. And also women's issues. So she deals with women's diseases that afflict women, and problems that affect us. She is a very bright goddess. She's a master shapeshifter. She's also described in the stories, if you look, pouring mead. She's the one that pours mead in Asgard. So she is desired by the giants, the elves, humanity, gods. She is the sacred prostitute. If you know about, if you look up in pagan religions of sacred prostitution. She is a goddess of bravery, warriors, and soldiers. She's also the sacred twin. We see the sacred twins in Lokumi, Azibiji, Ibeji, and Marasa and Voodoo. Here in the north we have Frey and Freya as the sacred twin. So she represents the twin flame. One half of the twin flame, or the soulmate. So another thing that Christians hated was the incest part. They didn't like that. That's another thing against their morality. So I'm just saying, in this, ask the stories of some gods that they did practice incest among the gods. And the Christians, again, saw that as sinful and a no-no. But I'm just telling you what it is. So let's look at some of her herbs and oils. Let's get down right to it. So some of her herbs and oils, well, her herbs are birdberry, cowslip, primrose, amber resin, and some of these may also be more of modern, and some of them more from ancient times. Her, I'm trying to think of the other thing, linden tree, opium poppy, she likes strawberries, so I can't go anywhere near strawberries, so she's never going to get that from me. Hemp, marijuana, hemp as well as the part with the THC and CBD, mugwort, bed straw, some has associated holly with her, arnica, English daisies, or just daisy in general, I should have wrote this down. Also beans, all different types, different beans. So lily of the valley, what are you doing, Joker? Oh no, that's Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty's here finally. She hasn't been here for a while. Her oil that you would use is definitely floral scents. Rose. So the animals actually that she deals with, and I'm not joking, is that one of the ancient rituals that they would use were horses. So sometimes horses have been associated with her and her brother. A lot of people forget about that. Boar, a male. She actually has a mount that's a boar, where she rides him. A lot of people forget that. They only think about the chariot pulled by the cats, which were usually seen as gray cats. But cats, house cats and cats in general, but definitely now it's just been seen as house cats. Hawk. People forget about that. In fact, that she wears a hawk cloak that helps her to fly, and that she can turn even to a hawk. So vulture birds have been like the what are they called? Raptor birds. Sorry, raptor birds have been associated with her. So Now she does, like I said, she does have a chariot which is pulled by 2 cats. So she can either use her, what is it, falcon or hawk? Sorry, falcon or hawk cloth. Not cloth, cloak. Now, ladybugs has been associated with her. That's more, I believe, more of a modern thing. But also, ladybugs is also associated with seeing. And no, they're not the same deity. I also heard that rabbits are also associated with Freya. Her number is 13. Her day is Friday. So Friday the 13th is also associated. Is a great day for her. Her planetary powers were the moon. But also modernly, as we see Venus. So moon and Venus. Freya is a goddess of self-confidence, self-worth. So when you're feeling bad or feeling sad, you can think about your own power. She helps us to take charge and take our power and use our power and wield it. In fact, there are things that are like offerings that you can give to her. You can get like a bag. And one of her colors is silver. And you can get a silver bag. And, you know, she has different, you know what, let me get into her other things before I tell you what to give her. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. It's been very stressful. So the colors that have been associated with this goddess is, like I said, silver. Well, she cries tears of amber and gold. That should give you also a hint of what her colors that she likes. Because her tears are that of golden color. Some have even associated red with her. So those are just some of the colors. Yeah, I'm trying to think what other color it was associated with her. So silver, red, yellows, and golds are good for her. Her main element is water, and her second element is earth. Her magical items, or the Brisingamen, catskin gloves, and the falcon coat. Oh God, my cats are at it again. And that's another thing that's been distracting me too today. So the Brisingamen, I'm going to get into that story before I get into the offerings. So the Brisingamen, before she had it, she, in order to get the Brisingamen, which was a beautiful, modern days say it's a necklace, but in the 80s, it was more of a belt, like a sash that you wear around her neck, not neck, I mean her waist. And now modern interpretation says it's a necklace. It was beautiful, golden, the finest necklace ever. And she offered her money to the elves, but they would not have it. The 4 elves she had to sleep with in order to get this. The elf, sorry, not the elf. So she had to sleep with these beings to get what she needed. And because they would not give it up to her, no matter the price, and she did not want to sleep with it. But she did. She willingly did. And then she was given this necklace that was hers. And it's just that she felt that, you know, it wouldn't, it's not the elves, I'm sorry, dwarves. They're 2 different beings. Sorry. So she sleeps with him, and one could say it represents the, you know, she has to sleep with north, south, east, and west. Which would be north is ice, east is air, south is fire, and west is water. Sorry, it is not elves, it is dwarves. And again, I don't write these things down. I don't have a script. I don't have notes. So it is not elves, but she has, she's messed around with a lot of beings. So they did not really please her. But she, being a goddess of sex, did please them. So she sleeps with 1 dwarf for each night. So, and this necklace is so beautiful that it was said to represent the Aurora Borealis. It was so beautiful. Not that it was the Aurora Borealis, but it is just so shining. It means fire, or like shining like fire. So it's like the fire gem, or the fire, whatever, the fire necklace, the fire, in the 80s, it was like a belt, like something you wear around the waist. And she was very protective of that necklace, or the Brisingamen, we'll just call it. Really, they have to do that? So my cats are just being distracting. So, now, Freya, her offerings. She loves, I mean, modern day things are like chocolate, and so you can give her that. But some of these offerings I'm going to give you and tell you to give her to her are more modern. So offerings would include amber, gold, vanadinite, of course her herbs that I mentioned before, poetry, song, music, She loves flowers. And some people have been giving her roses. That's fine. Honey, sweet wines, mead, and M-E-A-D and M-E-A-D-E. Mead is fermented honey, and which is M-E-A-D, and M-E-A-D-E is wine with honey. Basically grape wine with honey. Apples, barley. Now some people have taken to star fruit and they slice it and it comes in the star as a pentagram. And if you also slice open an apple, you'll see a star. But she doesn't like her she doesn't like her offerings to go bad on her altar, so just remember that. So ale, pork, barley, jewelry. She loves jewelry. It could be intricate beadwork or expensive jewelry. People, of course, the people like to give her fresh water. Honey cakes have been given to her. And things that some people have been giving her catnip because she deals with cats, and that's a more modern offering to her. She likes sweet pastries, strawberries drenched in honey, strawberries dipped in chocolate. I can't give her that. She likes perfumes, parfums. Some people say she even likes cosmetics and lotions. Things that a woman would like. Nail polish, scented powders, scented soaps, images of cats, figurines of cats. Heart-shaped stones. So whatever stone you have that's heart-shaped, or jewelry like heart-shaped necklaces or heart-shaped rings, gems cut into hearts. People have been giving her chocolate liqueur and chocolate wine. That's not a bad idea. Godiva is always good. Now, things that you could do for her is to help cats and help nature, especially feeding cats and protecting cats and having cats in your home, and helping out stray cats. Helping unmarried women, women who are soldiers. So donating or offering time to rape crisis counseling. So, again, Freya doesn't like ugly things. No food should be left to rot or get stale on her altar or grow mold. Flowers should be removed as soon as they are starting to wilt. She doesn't like her things getting dusty. So I know that's hard in some places, and especially if you have cats like me. I have 6 cats. So I can't even give her flowers because they'll find a way of getting it. And you have to be careful with flowers because some of them are very toxic to cats or can give them a bad case of diarrhea. So you can think about what to put on her altar. Pretty things, things of beauty. Now, when I was talking about the offering, you can get a bag. Again, one of their colors, or even different colors that also have been, like Freya as Mordal, where she more likes ocean blues and pearly whites, but whatever. Just get yourself a bag or a cloth and put on something that represents beauty, that's beautiful to you, and put that on in the bag. Now take something that represents power to you. It could be a stone, it could be it could be something, a stone or an image of something, a charm. Okay? It could be a little figurine, something that represents beauty, something that represents power, and something that represents magic. And love. So something that represents love to you. And something to represent, well, something, one of her stones, like a piece of amber or gold. The gold is metal. Or something to definitely represent who she is. And you put it in that bag. And what you do is you empower it, you call upon Freya, and you take this bag and you can put it at the beach or in the forest or somewhere special to you. And if you can't find anything, then leave it in your home where it's not going to be bothered by cats, dogs, kids, your other half, family members. And that could be your bag to Freya as a gift. Freya is, she can be very passionate, but she's very upfront and forthcoming. She has a lot of talent that she can teach you. She can open you up to certain things and expand your view and your consciousness. Must you, Joker? She is the patroness of soldiers and veterans, witches, shamans. Oh no! Psychics, crazy cat ladies. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say crazy cat lady. But no, she is, stop it! A patron of those who have cats and save cats or work with cats. You are not doing that. No. No. She is a patroness of practitioners of the magical art. No. He totally fucked up this altar. That was a good save on my part, wasn't it? Joker is in the mood tonight. Oh God. Fuck. Here is a good book about her. It's called Fire Jewel, a devotional for Freya, compiled by Gefjon Vanierlottir. It's a good book. You could find it on Amazon. He just likes to destroy everything. She actually has a hall that was given to her. She has her own hall called, in her own place called Folk Wagner. Blah! Sorry. Volkswagen. And where she has the dead. Now, when I say she gets half the dead warriors, she seems to take her first pick of the best. She wants the best. And they go to the hall Susrumnir. And there they feast. They just love songs. They sing. And they make merry. And so it's not just a Valhalla. Oh my God, can you please?
He likes to be annoying. He sure does.
So Freya is a mother, but she's not, I don't see her as more of a motherly goddess. So she has more of that maiden and warrior goddess going on. And her two children, by Other, O-D-R, O-D-H, Other, is Hnoss, H-N-O-S-S, which means jewel. And that's her girl, and her boy is Gemesi. I believe it's a boy. Gemesi, treasure. So jewel and treasure. So I don't know too much about it. It's not really discussed too much in the stories that I can find. Again, a lot of things were glossed over or lost. Sorry, it's her daughter. Again, sorry about that. So she has 2 children, Hanas and Gersemi. Sorry, they're both girls, not a boy and a girl. Girls. And again, I don't know too much about them, and I'm not perfect, so just bear with me. And it's not like I can redo parts of this. I just do the recording and I upload it onto YouTube. No eye candy, no song or music, because I don't feel like having to have my YouTube video taken down. And I've heard that nightmare happening because
they don't own the rights to it.
So, and if you put music on, some places in the world, people may not see it, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to be bothered with it. And the chaos is all brought to you by my cats. So Freya, for me, she's really... No! You are being annoying. And you're going to get hurt doing that. So she is Vanadista, victorious goddess. She can help you land victories. She can help you stand up for yourself. She can help you to have the battle of the wits. So if you're going through any storms, she will help you stand strong. She will help you be like the tree, to put its roots deep and learn how to sway and bend with it, but not break. So let me go and get my tablet. I'm sorry. No, you're not taking my seat, Joker. So I wanted to show you a book, and I had my tablet on the other side of the room, that is also about Freya. Ow! Don't bite my butt! Jesus Christ. That hurt. So here is the cover. Book of Freya by Andre Raven Skull Vanas. It's an interesting book. So I've given you 2 books to look up about her. Yes, Freya can be very sweet. But remember, she deals with death. She's a death dealer, and she does deal with death, and she does deal with war. She is not a pushover. All because some people think that she is a pushover. She is not a pushover. She will kick your ass all over the place. So just remember, she is no pushover. She is not a pushover at all. So use that word Ingrid, that name Ingrid, for her. And see how your work is different and your connection. Freya Ingrid, where you have Freya Ingve, Freya Ingrid. See, sometimes I have trouble rolling with my R's, especially when my throat is dry, or when I'm being stressed out and have my butt bit by a cat. He's there gnawing on me. And he's being cute. He's not being violent. So Freya also, one of the offerings that you can give her, I forgot, is sex, your sexual fluids, masturbation. Seriously, that's something that's not talked about a lot. And remember, she is the goddess of sacrifice. So she, of course, sacrifice dealing with blood. So for women, menstrual blood, she could represent our menstrual blood or bleeding. What else do I want to talk about her? I've been talking about an hour or so, and I'm a little bit distracted. Oh, I did go to see my concert. So I got to see Exodus, Testament, and Death Angel. Great concert. So that's another reason why I haven't done the presentation in a few days, because with all the screaming and singing I was doing and all the head banging, my neck was hurting and I was a bit hoarse. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I went by myself. My other half doesn't like that type of, he doesn't like thrash music. I love thrash metal. So back to what I was saying, and I'm going to tie it in, Freya could be a very wild spirit. She could just get up and dance. Dancing is also another thing to her, but she also has that wild, powerful energy. Like, she is definitely metal. She's definitely heavy metal. You know, she's also loved music and stuff, but she's got that side of, okay, she can listen to romance music and romantic music and love music and turn on fucking Slayer. She can listen to Exodus. She'll listen to Death Angel, Possessed, and she'll just like start headbanging, and she can go into the mosh pit and be just as good, if not better, than the dudes, because a lot of guys were in the mosh pit. I used to go in the mosh pit from time to time when I was younger. Yeah, I was one of the few girls. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that now. I'll just throw my fists in the air and bang my head and, really get into the music. But, nope, I'm going to be 51 this year, so I don't need a broken hip, thank you. But she has that wild, cutthroat energy. Okay, she could be a biker girl. Okay, she'd be one of those biker women, those biker chicks. And then she could be all dressed up as this beautiful lady, all dressed up, and then she could just, take that off, wear leather, and put on her leather jacket and ride that Harley, and pop a few wheelies and stuff and show off and say, I can do anything you can do, I can do better. I can be a better biker than you. And you dare not say no you can't to her. And she will show you she can. Freya loves, she loves to party too. She loves a good party. She loves a good dance. She loves a good time. She loves an orgy too. She's a wild child. So she's my girl, yeah. So as you see, she has a sword, she has a helmet, she has a dagger or a dirge, and she has a sword, and she's dressed. She's dressed. She's like the beautiful assassin, and she's not afraid to fight and get her hands into the fight itself. But she will also fight with magic, and yes, good magic and negative magic. So she could be used to curse your enemy, to protect you from your enemy, to bind your enemy, to banish your enemy, to humiliate your enemy, hell, to even kill your enemy through magic. I'm not telling anyone to go kill anyone. That's illegal, and that's, no. Nope. But, Yeah, death spells. Good luck with taking someone to court unless they're throwing stuff in your yard. Then you can get them for trespassing or loitering or littering or whatever. So, other than that, in America, good luck. I mean, I know some countries, yeah, you could get in trouble. So be careful with that. Some countries, if you have laws against that, just be careful. No, I didn't do any witchcraft. Not me. You know, some people. What is it? Indonesia, I think, has some laws against that. Or is it Malaysia? I know some countries have it. But where I'm from, yeah, good luck with that. So Freya is very powerful, very amazing. But as Odin said, the goddesses are no less sacred or less powerful than the gods. So and like I said, she is very complex. Some of her titles is actually seer, which means sow. Seriously, she was called sow, a female pig. Seer. Horn, which is flaxen, which deals with, she's described as with her flaxen hair, her golden hair. She's also called Marthal, Marthal. If you're looking at it in Icelandic pronunciation, they would see Mardoll, which would be Mardok, because the double L is a k sound. So, but Morthok would be, some people would find. So some people would just say Mardal. Valhreya, Lady of the Slain. Vanadis. She has Giffin, the giver, or one who gives. And she has so many heighties. It's not even funny. And she's pronounced differently depending on where you're at too. So, just for your FYI. Oh, little joker, you're so cute. So, like Freya in Dutch, Freya Norse, in Freo in English, Freya would be Freya. All the R's are usually rolled. Freya in German. So the name Freya, which means lady, but also, indicating a woman in of royal birth, and now later days, more of a woman of the house, or the matriarch of the house, or the head woman of the house. And so that's just for FYI. And when I was talking about the feather falcon coat, I just said the hawk. I'm sorry, falcon. Again, I'm not perfect, and I'm doing this all from memory, and it's definitely falcon. So Freya was also a patroness of love songs. And there was like a type of song called a man songer, or the min, I can't pronounce it in the way the Germans say it. I think it's minnegesang. And this practice was obliterated. Literally, decimated by the Christians, by the patriarchs. But later on in Christianity, of course, the medieval musicians, minstrels, continued this tradition and dedicated to Virgin Mary. Of course, they'll clean it up and everything and dedicate it all to the Virgin Mary. So anyways, there's so much more to learn about this wonderful goddess. I've been talking, blabbing about this. I've been a little bit distracted lately. Let me read this card to you. Oh, I did read that card. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. If you really like my videos, please subscribe. It helps my channel to grow and lets me know that I'm doing a good job. I love your comments. And I answer them or respond to them as soon as I can and I'm able to. If you like this video, I do not have a Patreon account. Please think about donating to cat organization like Beyond 9 Cat Rescue or Big Cat Rescue, and donate your time helping cats, or foster a cat, or save a cat from the streets. Even if you're not going to keep the cat, you can foster that cat that you found and help, deworm it, get it defleed, get it checked out, feed it, and find it a good home instead of leaving the poor thing out in the street. If you can't, then at least, give them a good meal. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be great food, but it could be, run-of-the-mill cat food, better than nothing, I guess. And, if you have a cat, treat your cat good. Remember, it's always better to give better quality food than shit quality, because spend a little more now, or spend a lot later on veterinarian bills because your cat comes down with crystals or stones. It's just, sorry, these generic foods that you find, like a generic, I don't think I'm allowed to say it on my thing. I don't want a lawsuit, but generic store brand foods that you find at a regular grocery store could be really bad for your cat. And especially all this dried corn, it's not good. But you sometimes people just can't afford the great food, so they can afford what you can afford, and that's understandable, because at least the cat has a home and has love and is protected and given food. And remember, it's better to have an indoor cat than an outdoor cat if you can, because the only thing an indoor cat's missing out on is getting run over, being chased and ripped apart by animals, or having someone cruel torture the cat or kill it, getting, fleas, ticks, worms, diseases. That's why the cat misses outside. Unless you have a protected outdoor, or you take your cat out for a walk on a leash, just make sure you have the right flea treatment, make sure the concrete or the outside is not hot, and just make sure, your cat's especially up to date in rabies. So, and if you're going to take your cat out, I do recommend getting the vaccines for the cat. Again, spend a little bit now, or spend a lot more later. So anyways, I'm sorry, I'm going on my rant. I was a vet tech. I have a degree in it. So, just love your cat. Love on your cat. Give your cat a kiss in the head. Even if you've been naughty. Mwah, Joker. And take care of yourself and take care of each other, and, respect and love each other. Share my video with your friends and family, and on Facebook or your other social media platforms. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, blessed be.